The Associated Press reporting this morning that former campaign manager Paul Manafort once worked for a Russian billionaire with close ties to Vladimir Putin. Both Manafort and the White House are now responding to Fox News.
And with more on all this, Chief White House correspondent John Roberts is on the front lawn of the White House with the very latest. Hello, John.
Eric, good morning to you. You know, the fact that the Trump campaign former manager Paul Manafort had ties to Russian oligarch Oleg Deripaska is no surprise. That was widely known since the spring of last year. The two of them had a business relationship between about 2005 and 2009. What's new in this Associated Press report is that Manafort was apparently pitching to do work that would, quote, greatly benefit the Russian government, and in particular Vladimir Putin, who was a close associate of Oleg Deripaska. Manafort writing in a 2005 memo to Deripaska, quote, "We are now of the belief that this model can greatly benefit the Putin government if employed at the correct levels with the appropriate commitment to success." The AP reporting that Manafort's company was paid about $10 million a year in consulting fees by Deripaska. According to court filings in the Cayman Islands, Deripaska invested about $26 million in an investment fund that Manafort and a couple of associates put together, which was to identify companies in Eastern and Southern Europe that could be bought and grown. We got this statement from Manafort this morning saying, quote, "I worked with Oleg Deripaska almost a decade ago, representing him on business and personal matters in countries where he had investments. My work for Mr. Deripaska did not involve representing Russian political interests." People close to Manafort say that any promise to, quote, greatly benefit the Putin government was merely flowery language from his sales document meant to convince Deripaska, who wanted to be ingratiated in the eyes of Russia, to extend his work with Manafort. And sources say the work was all public, nothing secret about it either. A senior White House official who also worked for the Trump campaign says these revelations about Deripaska are new to them. They didn't know about his previous work. They had had many discussions during the course of the campaign and afterwards about what Manafort was doing during the campaign and prior to it, and the subject of Deripaska never came up, which, Eric, is kind of curious because in 2014, Deripaska took Manafort to court in the Cayman Islands, it was bankruptcy court, seeking to get back some of that $26 million that he invested in a fund called Pericles, and those documents should have been easy to find by the White House if they were looking to vet an official. Eric?
Yeah, pretty complicated kind of financial issues here.
As you can imagine, yeah.
Meanwhile, up on the Hill, some pretty tough words from the president yesterday when it comes to the health care bill, saying he will go after those who are wavering. What else is the president doing to push the plan for tomorrow's expected vote?
Oh, time is running out to whip the votes together to get a vote in the House tomorrow that could pass that bill. Mark Meadows, who is the head of the Freedom Caucus up there on the Hill, said he has got 21 votes against it. That would leave the president with 216, which is just enough to pass it. But there are other Republicans who are saying, well, we're not convinced yet either. So the president went up there yesterday to Capitol Hill, warning the House Republican Conference that they could lose control of Congress in 2018 if they don't get this thing through. Last night, in a speech to the National Republican Campaign Committee, saying you need to get this done. Here's the president.
The House bill ends the Obamacare nightmare and gives health care decisions back to the states and back to the American people. These are the conservative solutions we campaigned on, and these are the conservative solutions the American people asked us as a group to deliver.
The president is meeting with his legislative affairs team again today, trying to find a way forward. Also meeting with members of the Congressional Black Caucus, though, Eric, I'll take a wild guess here.